Hi, I'm Dave. Welcome back. It is Pride Month, so I want to wish Happy Pride Month to everybody. And I'm going to talk a little bit about it. Before I do, please, you know what you're going to do. Like, subscribe, and click on the bell to stay notified. So, Pride Month. What is it? What's it about? Okay, so first of all, if you are celebrating Pride, then the odds are this video is not for you. Okay, I'm aiming this at those people who either don't know, aren't aware, choose not to be educated about it, or are not just deliberately ignorant but are absolutely anti it. Okay, so this is more for you. So I want to talk about some of the things I hear people saying. Yeah, oh, what are all the letters for? Okay, so LGBTQIA+. Okay, now I've done a little bit of work in diversity on my workplace, and back then it was just LGB, and people complained then, oh, why is so many letters? Okay, lesbian, gay, bisexual. That was it. Simple. Of course, since I started doing diversity work and looking into and doing my own study, my own research into all these various communities, then new letters have cropped up. And if you don't know them, it's worth knowing them. Okay, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, asexual. Okay, and chances are you might not know what some of those are. And again, I'm not going to go into a whole lesson about what all of them are. But then, of course, at the end of it, there's the plus, because there are loads of different variations of who people are, and that is why we have the plus. So it's worth knowing it, it's worth looking into, it's worth researching what all of those different things are, and just being educated. Okay? Because it's only through education that we can remove ignorance and hatred. Most hatred happens because people are ignorant, they don't understand, or they choose not to learn. Okay? And people tend to fear what they don't know. And yeah, you're going to start spitting at the screen and going, oh, I'm not scared of them, I'm not afraid of them. Right? Well, it's not in the literal sense. Okay? But there's something about the LGBTQIA plus community which somehow makes you concerned for your own lifestyle. But there's no need. So what is Pride? Pride is just about people of these communities being able to openly say in public, I am who I am, and I am proud to be who I am. So, the next point, and I've heard this far too often, is people saying, well, why isn't there a straight white male pride? Okay, so this one's for you. The reason there is not a straight white male pride is because every day is. Okay? If you happen to be straight white male, the odds are you have never been oppressed, never been persecuted, you've never been bullied, you've never been assaulted or worse, purely because you are straight white male. So you have never had any fear of being open in the community and saying, this is who I am. So you don't need a big parade and fanfare for you to be able to say, I'm proud of who I am, because there's never been a reason why you couldn't do that. But it's only been until relatively recently that people of these communities were not just persecuted and ridiculed, but they were actually illegal. Their lifestyle was illegal. So absolutely, there needs to be this time where we can celebrate that this kind of oppression has ended. Maybe in the future we won't need to have these parades anymore. Maybe they'll feel that it's no longer a thing. But at the moment, I absolutely wholeheartedly agree that they should have the right to have a day, a week, a month where they can just go all out and say, I am who I am and I am proud, and I want to be able to say it in safety in front of the world. That is what it is about. Okay? And this, as I said, this isn't about educating you about what LGBTQIA, what Pride is. It's just about me talking to you and saying, if you don't know, if you have been uneducated, if you have questions, then you need to look them up. Instead of being hateful, instead of being scared, instead of being intolerant, then pick up a book, pick up your phone, get on Google, and just spend half an hour looking into what these different things are, looking into the history, looking into the kinds of persecution that have taken place, looking into what Pride is all about, and the community that engage with it. And maybe with that little bit of education, you'll develop a little bit of empathy. Now, I'm not saying that we should all go out and celebrate. Okay, if that's not for you, it's not for you. But what I want you to do is understand why people do. And when you can understand why people do it, then even if it's not your thing, at least you're less likely to think that you need to rain on their parade. Figuratively, yeah. We have to now move forward. It's the 21st century. We've got to let people live and let live. Okay? Then you can live your life the way you choose. You can live your lifestyle the way you choose to do so. And you can have the opinions you have. And you're entitled to your opinions, but it doesn't mean that people have to agree with them. However, just because your opinions are different to somebody else's, then you can form your life based on your opinions, but you cannot, okay, you must not dictate other people's lives based on your opinion. Your opinion is your opinion, okay? Now, there's a famous quote about opinions and us all having one. I'm not going to go into it because I'm trying to keep the videos clean, okay? But you know, we don't all have to agree with everybody, because if everybody agreed, life would be boring. However, we do have to allow other people to live their lives, and to live their lives in safety. Okay? So, this is what I want people to do now. If you are ignorant, just go and research it, look into it, spend a little bit of time, educate yourself. Now, if you know people who are in any of the LGBTQIA community, then they'll probably be happy to tell you. But as I said before, when I was talking about race, they do not have an obligation to explain everything to you. Okay, if you don't know and you want to learn, you may ask, but don't think there's an obligation for them to explain everything to you. Okay, so you have to go out and you have to do this yourself. Go and find the answers. That's all I ask. Go and find the answers. And maybe you'll find questions, maybe find the answer to the question of why you haven't educated yourself already, or why you have feelings against anybody within that community. Maybe there's things that you would be able to address within yourself, not to change who you are, but to better understand yourself. And as I said, when you do understand yourself and you understand other people, then you can find the common ground and we can all live together. Okay? So, as I said, go out, educate yourself. There's a whole universe of variation, okay, within the human species. It is not as simple anymore of saying man, woman. Yeah, there is such a huge, diverse spectrum that exists in between straight male, straight female. Okay, all the different variations of gender and sexuality, they are there, they do exist, and these are not new. And this is something that I think confuses a lot of people. These things are not new. The people within this community are not just cropping up and suddenly appearing. No, all that's changing now is understanding. We're starting to learn about these differences and being able to openly have the conversations and identify this diverse spectrum. Okay, so don't think things are just cropping up now and they're fads and fashion and all this sort of stuff. That's completely wrong. Okay, there's always been this spectrum. It's just that people have had to keep it quiet and underground. Now, with it being out in the open, okay, it's the same with many things. As we get more understanding, we can then start to identify it, and then we can work towards improving everybody's lives. It's not new. It's just that you haven't heard about it. Okay? And I said I've just turned 40 not long ago, and I will say a lot of these ideas are new. Okay? And I never heard them until, the last decade, many of them. But that doesn't mean I go, well, it's new, it's just made up. No. When I find something I don't know, I don't understand, the first thing I do is I start to read up about it, and I start to try to understand it better, and then it makes sense. And then I can put that into my system and help me better understand other people. Okay? And I don't feel the need to feel threatened by that community. I've never felt that these communities having more rights and being able to openly express themselves has ever taken away from my rights and my ability to live my life. And that is what I want you to take away from this video. Educate yourself and learn to let other people live their lives. It will not deprive you of yours. So, as always, thank you very much for watching to the end. If you are celebrating Pride Month, or you know other people who are, then have a fantastic month. I hope you enjoyed any festivals or carnivals that are allowed to go on at the moment. I'm not sure. Okay, but as I said, thanks for watching to the end, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And if you haven't done so already, like, comment, subscribe, and click on the bell to stay notified. Bye bye.